5.
Well, that one wasn't. All right. Well, that one wasn't quite as much.
Put your hand down.
All right. Well, that one wasn't quite as much.
You smiling?
That one wasn't quite as much fun.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why are you
It's
smiling?
pretty simple, you know. All right. Well, that
Because
one
I
wasn't
love
quite as
football.
much fun. There's a
Football's
lesson to be
fun.
had.
Fun, sir.
Fun, sir.
It's fun.
I thought I
You
had it.
sure?
I think.
Now you thinking. First you smile, then you think. You think football is still fun?
Yes.
Sir.
Yes. No.
No?
Sir. Well, it was fun.
Not anymore, though, is it? Is it?
No, not by
No, it's not fun anymore. Not even a little bit.
No.
Make up your mind.
No.
Think. Since you're thinking, now go on, think.
No,
Is it
no,
fun?
Mind,
No,
and I
sir.
was
No.
correct.
No, sir. Absolutely
Because,
not?
The thing that concerned me going into the game was their offense. I think they're really good on offense. I think they're really good at what they do. And I was concerned about third down conversions, as I mentioned. And they were 50% again today on third down. They stayed on the field. We couldn't slow down the run. And offensively, we turned the ball over. We had 4 turnovers. So, combination of turnovers, not getting off the field on third downs, and not taking advantage of early game opportunities to score. You know, the first two drives, we turned the ball over inside the 30-yard line going in. And just gave them a chance to capitalize a little bit. But they outcoached us, and they made some plays. There was a lot of what I call 50-50 plays, throwing the ball both sides. They made the plays, we didn't.
Right.
They did a really good job of coaching. They're good what they do. They're good with what they do on offense, and we should have been better on defense. We weren't, and then we couldn't capitalize offensively on in certain situations. Kind of snowballed into to what ended up happening. So I told the team, you know, we got to shower up and get on the plane, head back, and go to work tomorrow.
Please, yes, please, babe.
I apologize if you addressed this when we first got here. I was a second late. Did you sense a quote-unquote Bethlehem letdown from the team?
No, I really didn't.
Man, you didn't sense a Bedlam letdown. You, sir, you need to relinquish your control over this team if you didn't sense a Bedlam letdown. Yeah, what y'all got beat? Y'all got beat. You got your brains beat in, man. Look at this. Was it 45? I don't even know what the final score was. By the time I turned on to watch the score, thanks to the 4-letter network or whoever they was on, I had seen the score before I had a chance to, you know, get to anywhere else. What is this? Are y'all even ranked anymore? There they go right there. Yes. Yes. Did they score some? Yeah. 40-5 to 3. You don't think they had a letdown? They were totally unfocused. Oh my God. Man, Plumlee hit y'all for 3 touchdowns, 299, 11 18. They didn't even throw that much. He just ran with it. Couldn't start to run. Yeah. Harvey had 24 carries, 206 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 3 on the ground. Let me see if he caught anything. They ain't even had time to throw that man the ball. He was averaging, what, 8.6? Had 192 yarder.
We practiced average on Tuesday. We practiced good on Wednesday. I mean, I think we got out coached. I think they made the 50-50 plays.
50-50? One receiver had 5 targets. Hudson. 3 receptions, 96 yards. 1 75-yard play. 3 touchdowns. So basically, y'all got y'all brains beat in by, let's just say 3 people.
You were in college and this performance was so something that you see that did slow him down, where he got kind of beat up on that.
I don't think we blocked very good. I don't think he had a lot of places to run the ball. I mean, I would have to watch the tape to be fair, but I don't know that we covered guys up and gave him creases in this game like he's had the last 4 or 5 games.
Is that due to having to shuffle around some guys on the offensive line?
They gave up 1 sack.
We're moving some guys around. I'm going to give them credit, really. I think they did a good job. I think they had a really good plan on both sides of the ball.
Uninspired.
Caused that more so than necessarily us. But it didn't look like the creases were there that we might have had the last month.
Creases?
Looking at the 3 interceptions that were obviously big momentum killers, look, a lot of it looks like just kind of some unfortunate stuff on your end because they all got tipped in the air and then,
Yep.
and then picked. Was that kind of what you saw?
Yeah, a couple of them were.
They overlooked this team.
I thought good throws, and it just didn't happen. And it just ended up being kind of a perfect storm there.
Yeah, Bowman threw the ball 36 times, 225 yards, but he only had 19 completions. That's a smidgen over 50%, if my math serves me correctly. 3 interceptions. Question: you ran the ball 25 times. And I've told y'all out there in the Big 12 about this. You ran the ball 12 or 25 times. You threw the ball 39 times. At some point, Coach Gundy, do you think you just need to run the ball more, at least to slow down the other team? This is what these non-defensive minded people don't get.
And we're coming back and going down inside the 30, and we get an interception. And even coming out of half, we score.
To a 4-5
and
team,
we get
by
a
the way.
turnover, got a chance to score again, and then it doesn't work out for us. So
4-5. They were 4-5.
one of them, maybe
Now
1.5,
5-5.
could be somewhat justified. The other one was a tip ball. I
One
think, but
and a
we'll
half
just have to
says
look at it.
2, and the one was a
You
tip.
stacked the box last week, and you're able to do something about it. And clearly stacked the box today. You weren't able to do anything about it. What was the difference?
Well, the conditions weren't real favorable for us to do something about it. Once it started happening, it was difficult to throw.
Slow the ball down. Stop throwing it all over the place.
That hurt us at that particular time. Once we
I
got in
would
that
go,
position,
but you got a bunch of 3 and outs too.
we needed to get the ball out downfield and out on the perimeter, and it was difficult there for a
Clown
couple
show.
quarters.
I guess there was a sideline report that y'all didn't have all your rain gear or something. I don't know, how much thought did you put into that, or what the rain did to change you guys' plan?
A report.
Oh, my bad. The reporter's asking a question about, well, what was the conditions? Did you not have your rain gear? They needed the slickers and their duck boots and the little Paddington Bear hat. What?
The sideline report that you guys didn't have all your rain gear to change you guys'
Rain gear.
A report of what?
I guess there was a sideline report that you guys didn't have all your rain gear.
Did you not take your rain gear to Florida?
But that for the players.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what rain gear is. Honestly, I don't even know what they're. Maybe they're talking about for us. I don't know. I mean, we don't put the players in anything different.
Y'all weren't missing anything though, were you?
Not that I know of. We didn't miss some coaching. We didn't coach very good, but no rain gear. I don't know.
Got that right.
What effect did the conditions have on the game? Because the rain seemed to come really quickly there. In the
Well,
last
we got behind by a few scores, and we needed to move the ball somehow on the perimeter, get the ball downfield. And for the second quarter, you couldn't throw the ball. So, but they had the same issue. They just had the benefit of being ahead, so it worked out. That's not what. That's not why we lost the game. We lost the game because I think we got out-coached.
Right.
They made some 50-50 plays, and we didn't. Now,
50-50.
When we needed to play some catch-up and do things
To the
that we've done in
same
past,
two
the
people.
Conditions weren't very favorable, so I'm not going to say they were, but that's just the way it is.
Oh my God! I'm gonna get a
I
long
think
cord
scheme-wise,
to myself.
I think they
I'm
had
gonna
better
keep
schemes
snatching this
versus our
from my
defense, and I
earpiece,
think
get
their
snatched
defense
off with
versus
it.
our offense, I think they outcoached us. Now, I don't have to watch the tape to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think just, my job is to watch and make adjustments during the game and
Right.
see how things go and
Didn't do
have
that.
conversations with the staff and both sides of the ball. And just my judgment from watching it from the sideline is that they were better prepared
Yeah.
than we were for this game.
Oh, the score tells the
Mike, you
story.
mentioned that a couple times this year after losses. Does it concern you that this is maybe the 3rd or 4th time you guys have been out-coached in a season?
Well, we've been pretty good the last 6 weeks. So I think you understand that.
Ooh.
Coaches have schemes going in games, and sometimes theirs are better than ours, and ours are better than theirs.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes players play better, and they play better, and we did, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to say that we want to out-coach everybody 12 times a year. Probably not
Right.
going to happen.
Yeah.
I've been doing this a long time. There's times that when
Too
we get
long,
home
maybe?
and watch the tape, we're like, gosh, that just wasn't very good schemes and concepts.
In the NFL, they always talk about how the coach, his voice doesn't resonate any longer. You lose your. There's one thing about Mike Tomlin. He always has a connection to the majority. Let's say 93%, because you've had your AB, you've had the receivers. Some of the receivers in Pittsburgh have been crazy, but is it possible for a coach just to lose their voice with the program? Like, obviously the team shuts down on you 3 or 4 times a year. That's not good, but that's okay as long as you have the voice of the administration, your athletic director, and your boosters, or whoever's collecting your money. Could it be that with Coach Venerable over there in Oklahoma, folks are like, and some other things. We're gonna start getting killed in recruiting, so we need more money. But do we want to put it behind the old saggy mule with the little, we haven't really gone very far with, in this playoff era. See, everybody's jockeying for position. I don't know how many teams next year's college playoffs, you're gonna have what? How many teams? 12 teams? 50 million. 50 million. So to get in that top 12, just to get there. Just to get in that top 12, you're going to make 20, 30 million in the top 12? You ain't got to win the whole thing. Because people are going to the Buster Bowl now, 12 million. They cut the money on the regular bowls because it just don't, they don't resonate. If you don't have a New Year's Day bowl or right around New Year's, crowd's not right, the money's not right. They're just not paying. They haven't decreased, but have not paying as much. But them big bowls, $30 million. So, or 49.9 according to that thing, somewhere around there. So if you make next year, even if you're in the 12th spot, and trust me, folks, that's a very low threshold. I always said, imagine having a 12-team playoff since 2007. Do you know how many championships Alabama will have right now? I think you could count up at least 2 of them. There will be 2 additional national championships for the University of Alabama if there was a 12-team playoffs. But I digress. In his situation, I think he's lost the voice. His voice is lost amongst the players, amongst the coaches probably, but more importantly, amongst those people who are putting money into their collective. They probably want to see some changes. Because going down here, because it's raining, losing 45-3 after coming off one of the biggest victories it's insane. It's insane.
Except for this, or we underestimated that they could do this.
Overlooked
that
this
happens.
team.
That's just coaching, right?
They
That's just,
overlooked them.
Part of it. And
Gus got a
in
hold
this
to him.
league and in college football now, with things going on, the parity is there. Like every week, you're just not so much.
You're 7-2. You're going to play somebody that's 4-5, not doing well. Gus just got a hold to you. You just got ran over by the Gus bus.
Better than the other team that if your concepts aren't as good and they play better than you can't just overcome that. So most of the teams in this league are all about the same. And so my honest opinion is that they coach better than us in this game. And then on the 50-50 plays, which are, passes down the side where we have a chance or they have a chance, both sides of the ball. Or we have a chance to break a tackle, they have a chance to tackle us, or vice versa. I thought they made more 50-50 plays than we did today. And then I thought that their schemes were better.
They got you on some big plays. That's happened a little bit this year with that secondary being so young. Was there a consistent through line that you could see that why they kept getting you guys deep so much?
Well, we had somebody right there. The deep balls that they hit, I think they hit about 3 of them, right? Well, the first play of the game, he was right on him, and I think there was 4, but the coverage wasn't bad. Now, the one offsides where they threw it up and Corey, the kid came back and got the ball. I mean, that happens sometimes, but. The other balls that were 50-50 balls, our coverage wasn't bad. We were right there. They just went up and
Everybody.
They got you guys in the run game a little bit too. Was there a consistent thing that was going wrong, or was it a little bit of everything?
I don't know because it's hard to tell from where I am.
I have this sped up by the way.
Again, I talked to them and understand what happened, but it's a little confused. It's a little bit. It's hard to understand. Guard and center worked up, and then the nose got to be in this gap, and the backers got to get back over. And so, whether they got pushed to the side or they got squeezed back inside, it's kind of complicated, but I just have to look on tape.
Mike, is there anything you can take away from this game, or is it just kind of a throwaway?
No, we don't throw them away. We have to learn from this. This team is going to be a good football team this fall. They're located in an area where they can drive and get, 3 or 4 hour drive, and probably there's 200 offers. So, and I think their enrollment here is about 70,000. So this is going to be a good school in this conference. So we need to learn from this. We have to watch this tape as coaches, as hard as it.
Did this man just throw all Midwest high school sports under the bus? So you get hit by the Gus bus. Now Midwest high school athletics is trash. That's why I can't stand by these coaches, man. Nobody's talking about coaching nobody up. Nobody. Yeah, they getting better athletes nuts because they right here in Florida And look how we way out in Oklahoma. Meanwhile, you know, Coach Prime, we're gonna get some better players to come out here. Well, like I said, he's not the only person that's in need of better players. But sometimes when you don't have those better players, somehow they get to Ohio, somehow they get to Michigan. A couple of them have snuck over to Washington. You know what I'm saying? You know, they sneaking out to Arizona, it look like. USC, I guess they they got a big state in USC because it's California, see, so you got big school, big state, and that's championships. No, brother. Tuscaloosa ain't that big. Athens is even smaller. Sometimes you gotta work hard to make your own baller. Never been a rapper.
It is. We have to watch it and take notes and learn. And then
Not
we
a
have to give the information to the players, the things that we think can help us for the next game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to store the rest of it away because, I mean, let's play these guys again eventually.
You talked last week about the importance of moving forward after a big emotional win. Now you got a really tough loss. Is that different, the same, more challenging?
It's the same, you know. And
It's
that's not really coach's talk. That's every week. You know, I shared it with them then. I said, you know, last week we were riding high, and I was worried about all your emotions. And I said, now your challenge is to face adversity and face face the facts when things don't go well.
Fail.
Coaches and players.
They failed.
And then you have to move forward.
You
There's
didn't
nothing to do
manage
with
this
the
very
game.
well at all.
But we don't throw it away.
45-3.
We learn from it, and then we move forward. And guys have got to come back.
You got hit with them
You know,
4
some of them will
fifths.
live tomorrow, and then Monday they got
Oh,
to work out
fifths.
and practice and get ready to play the
Fifths.
game. We got to travel on the road. And,
Fifths.
the teams that we're playing in this league are pretty equal to us.
Fifths.
So we got to get ready to play each week.
Like for
1, 2, 3, 4,
the way
5
things start,
fifths.
They just, I know that score next time they get it back
Right.
and score. And the way you started, moved it a little bit, then fumbled, moved it a little bit, then a pick. It's hard to believe
Right.
that you were ready to play. I mean, it looks like you weren't ready to play emotionally.
Emotionally
You know,
not ready to
all I
play.
can do is go
It's
off
possible.
what I see. So I can't answer any way other than, you know, because it's going both ways. Like they scored, we went right down the field, and we were rolling pretty good, and then we fumbled.
Right,
So
right.
like, did the fumble? Does that mean we're not ready to play, or they got a good hit?
Right.
I haven't seen it. Then the other time, we're going right down the field, we threw an interception on the 12-yard line or something, right? Bounce off the line.
Right.
So. I don't think it would be fair for me to say we weren't ready.
Right.
We were ready up until those things happened.
Gotcha.
But as far as the emotional side of it, all I can go off of is what I know from
Right,
practice,
right.
and then watching them at the hotel and stuff yesterday and before the game.
Hotel,
I
motel,
don't think
Holiday
that-
Inn.
I just
If
don't
your
think there
team
was an
is
emotional
acting
hangover. I
up,
just think what I said earlier had more to do with the game than that.
then you take a butt kicking.
You were worried.
Not
about
a rap.
the emotional thing.
Not a rap.
So whatever you were planning to do, you felt like that got through and it turned out the way you were hoping it would coming into this game.
Well, just like what we talked about, you know, the emotional side of how
Put me in
the
this.
game, there could be a debate one way or the other, and I don't know that anybody could win the debate. But whatever, it didn't get accomplished.
No.
But I'm going to
Not
go back
at
to
all.
what I said when I started this. I think we got outcoached. So the emotional side of that shouldn't be as much.
See, the collective people
Give
are
them
sitting
credit,
there
I guess,
looking
what I'm
at
saying for what they did concept-wise.
So we give him money, he gets out.
A little bit. He got frustrated. He got frustrated a little bit, but he does that a lot. You know, he's very animated. Very
Whoever's
emotional.
controlling that T-Bone
When
Pickens
things are going good, he
money,
does that. But
ain't listening to
the
this.
team did a good job of handling. They didn't lose their composure as a group, and their body language wasn't bad. They continued to work and fight. So from that standpoint, there wasn't any issues.